the mole on your bubbies, so round and so white, by the mole on your neck, where my arms would delight, by whatever mole else you have got out of sight. I prithee now hear me, dear Molly. By the kiss just a starting from off your moist lips, by the delicate up and down jot of your hips, by the tip of your tongue, which all tongues out tips, I prithee now hear me, dear Molly. By the down on your bosom on which my soul dies, by the thing of all things which you love as your eyes, by the thoughts you lie down with and those when you rise, I prithee now hear me, dear Molly. By all the soft pleasures a virgin can share, by the critical minute no virgin can bear, by the question I burn for to ask but don't dare, I prithee now hear me, dear Molly. My mistress is a shuttlecock composed of cork and feather. Each battledore sets on her deck and bumps her on the leather. But cast her off which way you will, she recoils to another still. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. My mistress is a tennis ball composed of cotton fine. She's often struck against the wall and banded underline. But if you would her mind fulfill, you'd pop her in the hazard still. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. My mistress is a virginal, and little cost will string her. She's often reared against the wall for every man to finger. But if you will your mistress please, you run division on her keys. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. My mistress is a connie fine, she's of the softest skin, and if you please to open her, the best part lies within. And in her connie burrow may 2 tumblers and a ferret play. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. My mistress is a tinderbox, would I had such a one. Her steel endureth many a knock, both by the flint and stone. And if you stir the tinder much, the match will fire at the touch. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. But why should I my mistress call a shuttlecock or bauble, a virginal or tennis ball, which things are variable? But to commend I'll say no more, my mistress is an arrant whore. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. As on Serena's panting breast the happy Strephon lay, with love and beauty doubly blessed, he passed the hours away. Fierce rapture of transporting love and pleasure struck him dumb. He envied not the powers above, nor all the joys to come. As painful bees far off do rove to bring their treasure home, so Straffan ranged the field of love to make his honeycomb. Her ruby lips he sucked and pressed, from whence all sweets derive. Then buzzing round her snowy breast, soon crept into Near to the town of Windsor, upon a pleasant green, there lived a miller's daughter, her age about 18. A skin of alabaster, also a killing eye, a round plump bonny buttock joined to a taper thigh. To treat with her in private, first came a booby squire. He offered 10 broad pieces, but she refused the hire. She said his corn was musty, nor would her toll dish fill. His measure was too scanty to occupy her mill. Soon after came a lawyer, as he the circuit went. He swore he'd cheat her landlord, and she should pay no rent. He questioned the fee simple, but she him plainly told, in spite of all your law tricks, I'll keep my copy hold. The next came was a trooper that did of fighting prate, till she pulled out his pistol and knocked him o'er the pate. She cried, I hate a Hector, a drone without a sting, and if you must be fighting, friend, go do it for the king. A parson of the town then did next his flame reveal. She made him second morning and covered him with meal. The parson stared a-fretting, she bid him be not vexed. 'Twill serve you for a surplice to cant in Sunday next. Now if you'd know the reason she was to them unkind, there was a brisk young farmer that taught her how to grind. She knew him for a workman that had the ready skill to open wide her water gate and best supply her mill. I dreamed my love lay in her bed. It was my chance to take her. Her legs and arms abroad were spread. She slept, I durst not wake her. Oh, pity it were that one so fair should crown her love with willow. The tresses of her golden hair did kiss her lovely pillow. Methought her valley was a hill, much like a mount of pleasure, under whose height there grows a well, the depth no man can measure. about the pleasant mountain's top there grows a lovely thicket, wherein two beagles trampled and raised a lively pricket. They haunted there with pleasant noise about the pleasant mountain, till he by heat was forced to fly and skip into the fountain. The beagles followed to the brink, and there at him they barked. He plunged about, but would not shrink. His coming forth they waited. Then forth he came as one half lame, were weary, faint, and tired, and laid him down betwixt her legs, as help he had required. The beagles being refreshed again, my love from sleep bereaved, she dreamed she had me in her arms, and she was not deceived. A certain Presbyterian pair were wedded t'other day, and when in bed the lambs were laid, their parson came to pray, came to pray, came to pray, their parson came to pray. But first he bade each guest depart, nor sacred rites profane, for carnal eyes such mysteries can never entertain. Entertain, entertain, can never entertain. Then with a puritanic air unto the Lord he prayed, that he would please to grant increase to that same man and maid, man and maid, man and maid, to that same man and maid. And that the husbandman might dress full well the vine his wife, and like a vine she still might twine about him all her life, all her life, all her life, about him all her life. Sackposset then he gave them both, and said with lifted eyes, blessed of the Lord, with one accord, begin your enterprise, 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 begin your enterprise. The bridegroom then drew near his spouse to apply prolific balm, and while they strove in mutual love, the parson sang a psalm, sang a psalm, sang a psalm, the parson sang a psalm. famed physicians of this place hear Strephon and poor Chloe's case, nor think that I am joking. When she would, he cannot comply. When he would drink, she's not adry. And is not this provoking? At night when Strephon comes to rest, Chloe received him on her breast with fondly folding arms. Down, down he hangs his drooping head, falls fast asleep, and lies as dead, neglecting all her charms. Reviving when the morn returns, with rising flames young Strephon burns, and then would fain be doing. But Chloe now, asleep or sick, has no great relish for the trick, and sadly balks his wooing. O cruel and disastrous case, when in the critical embrace that only one is burning. Dear doctors, set this matter right. Give Strephon spirits in the night, or Chloe in the morning. Ye swains who roam from fair to fair, and strive each heart to bind, give ear to what I now declare, the precepts of a friend. Would you in Venus' wars succeed, O bashfulness, be sure take heed, and that's the way to win her. When first you meet the blooming lass, more ripe than peach or pear, let not the minutes idly pass, of dull delays beware. With kisses sweet your flame confess, her panting snowy bosom press, and that's the way to win her. But should the crafty nymph prove coy, cry, "Fie, sir, you are rude," let not those arts your hopes destroy, by nature all are lewd. Then shilly-shally never stand, but boldly march up, sword in hand, and that's the way to win her. And when love's fire you have fanned, and she begins to melt, and finds her virtue can't withstand the raptures she has felt, then gently force her to the sport, with resolution storm the fort, and that's the way to win her. And I myself lay by, no veil but curtains about her spread, no covering but I. breasts that swelled so plump and high bred pleasant pain in me. For all the world I do defile the like felicity. Thighs and belly, soft and fair, to me were only shown. To see such meat and not to eat would anger any stone. Her knees lay upward, gently bent, and all lay hollow under, as if on easy terms they meant to fall unforced asunder. Mad with delight I thundering threw my arms about her, but pox upon't, 'twas but a dream, and so I lay without her. There is a buxom lass, as any in our town. She will not let you pass, but calls you to sit down. A tailor passing by, she hit him on the heel, and said, "You're welcome, sir, to sit you down and feel. What money's in my purse at your command shall be, if you will go along to Marston wait with me." He hearing her say so, and seeing her to smile, was charmed with her so, he sat him down a while. And having groped her purse and taken all her money, he groped again and missed, and caught her by the cunny. "Where am I now?" quoth he, "another have I found." "It's not the same," quoth she, "for this is tufted round." "If it be tufted round," quoth she, "there is good reason for it. Therein such treasure lies will make a tailor sport." He hearing her say so, he was a jolly lad. He wished to know about this other purse she had. With that he eagerly to feel put forth his hand. "Nay, hold, good sir," said she, "go not before you stand. Except you take your yard, the depth of it to measure, you'll find the purse too deep, you'll hardly find your treasure." He hearing her say so, it put him to a stand. She seeing him dismayed, she took his yard in hand. "Is this your yard?" quoth she, "is this your tailor's measure? It is too short for me, it is not standard measure." Then looking fierce at him, she said, "Thou sneaking fool, go straight away to Vulcan and let him mend thy tool, and tell him that Dame Venus at him is almost mad for sending her to school, such an unfit lad." You tailors that attempt fringed bags to measure, be sure your yards be sealed in a full standard measure. A lad of late that lacked a mate did courting come unto her, with cap and kiss and sweet mistress, but little could he do her. Quoth she, "My friend, let kissing end, wherewith you do me smother, and run at ring with t'other thing, a little o' the one with t'other." much of what is good for naught, then leave this idle kissing. Your barren suit will yield no fruit if the other thing be missing. As much as this a man may kiss his sister or his mother, he that will speed must give with need a little o' the one with t'other. Bids a guest unto a feast to sit by divers dishes. They please their mind until they find change please each creature wishes. With beak and bill I have my fill, with measure running over. The lover's dish I now do wish a little o' the one with t'other. Sharp joined with flat, no mirth to that, a low note and a higher, where mean and bass keeps time and place, such music maids desire. All of one string doth loathing bring, change is true music's mother. Then leave my face and sound the bass, a little o' the one with t'other. No smoke desire without a fire, no wax without a writing. If right you deal, give deeds to seal, and straight fall to inditing. Thus do I take these lines I make as to a faithful lover. In order he'll first write, then seal a little o' the one with t'other. Thus while she stayed, the young man played, not high, but low, defending each stroke he struck. So well she took, she swore it was past mending. Let swaggering boys that think by toys their lovers to fetch over, lip labor save, for the maids must have a little o' the one with t'other. I dreamed this mortal part of mine was metamorphosed to a vine, which crawling one and every way enthralled my dainty Lucia. Methought her long small legs and thighs I with my tendrils did surprise, her belly, buttocks, and her waist by my soft nervelets were embraced. My curls about her neck did crawl, and arms and hands they did enthrall, so that she could not freely stir. All parts there made one prisoner. Such fleeting pleasures there I took, that with the fancy I awoke, and found, alas, this flesh of mine more like a stalk than like a vine. was three birds that built very low. The first and the second cried habit-er-toe. The 30 went merrily, merrily in. The 30 went merrily in. Oh, never went wimble in timber more nimble, with so little screwing and knocking in, with so little knocking in. There was three birds that built on a pin. The first and the second cried habit-er-shin. The 30 went merrily, merrily in. The 30 went merrily in. Oh, never went wimble in timber more nimble, with so little screwing and knocking in, with so little knocking in. There was three birds that built on a tree. The first and the second cried habit-er-knee. The 30 went merrily, merrily in. The 30 went merrily in. Oh, never went wimble in timber more nimble, with so little screwing and knocking in, with so little knocking in. There was three birds that built very high. The first and the second cried habit-er-thigh. The 30 went merrily, merrily in. The 30 went merrily in. Oh, never went wimble in timber more nimble, with so little screwing and knocking in, with so little knocking in. There was three birds that built on a stump. The first and the second cried habit-er-rump. The 30 went merrily, merrily in. The 30 went merrily in. Oh, never went wimble in timber more nimble, with so little screwing and knocking in, with so little knocking in.
The blissful joys of lovers, and dare avout with daintless brow whate'er the last discovers. I pray draw near and you shall hear, and welcome in a freighter. I've lately been on quarantine, a proven fornicator. Before the congregation wide, I passed the master fairly, my handsome Betsy by my side. We got our ditty ready. My downcast eye by chance did spy what made my mouth to water. Those limbs so clean where I between commenced fornicator. Face and signs of grace, I paid the bottock hire. The night was dark, and through the park I could not but convoy her. A parting kiss, what could I less? My vows began to scatter. Betsy fell for lauderall, I am a fornicator. But by the sun and moon I swear, and I'll fulfill ill care, that while I own a single crown, she's welcome to a share of it. My roguish boy, his mother's joy, and darling of his pater, I for his sake the name will take, a hardened fornicator.